Well, hi. Today I'm in Yankton, South Dakota. Actually, I'm in Missouri. I'm in Nebraska, just across the river. And the Missouri is right there. And I'm camped. I'll show you. Camped in the Cottonwood campground. There's the big earthen berm, which is the dam. We're going to go, in this video, we're going to visit the Yankton, city of Yankton. We're going to look at the Missouri River, look at the dam. We're going to go to the fish hatchery and show you some of this campsite. Here's my campsite. They mowed today, so I went around and picked up sticks for them. And that gave me some firewood for tonight. That is the plan for today's video. Yankton, South Dakota. I just took a hot shower in that shower house. Very enjoyable. Best shower I've had in a while. The last few days I've been in Vermilion and at the city campground there. It's only $10 a night and they have showers, but they're not very hot. They're just lukewarm. Here is the big dam. Looks like it's hydroelectric. See the big power lines? Maybe they give dam tours. So here's the original channel, Missouri River, for the dam. Painting dike area, visitor center. The campground over here. Looks like there's road work up on the dam. We could walk up there, but no. Day use area, training dike day area. There's the Nebraska Welcome Center over there. We are in Nebraska here. Okay, here is the man-made channel. A lot of water flow. Okay, I believe this is the first dam. And they're not letting water over. Oh, I see. All the water is going through the generator over there. There's no current on this side. This is just, I guess, the spillway. And so that, you see the current over there. Quite a bit of it, actually, but we can't get there from here. The road is closed. The mighty Missouri River, as it stands today, this is a big, well, I don't know if it was an ocean, you'd call it a jetty, but it's a man-made sort of levee that creates a peninsula. And it's like they're repaving something. Some kind of bird, not geese, not swans. They've got a long pelican. Could that be possibly a pelican? Sure looked like it. So there's the dam. That's as close as we can get. We'll walk over there. So the machinery is making a lot of noise. Those birds in the water. We've got wind noise and the birds. They have some wind noise. Got machinery noise. Fellows are fishing. So the current is over there. Turbulence where the just saw a fish jump, a couple fish. I can't seem to look a big carp. Sorry about that noise. We're working on the road surface or something up there. And I'm zoomed in, so it's hard for me to focus. There. We're fighting over the fish. Okay, we'll get out of this. So that was a popular fishing spot. All along here is a popular fishing area that they're fishing using leeches for walleyes. And they are a natural species here. They don't stock them in. I see a lot of fish jumping out there. Come in boats and Gavins Point. That's what this is. So they call it a point. Now there's a fish cleaning station here. It's very popular with the fishermen. Looks like there's electric there. If you need to park and plug in for a time. I'm always on the lookout for free electricity. We'll drive out to the end of the point. See, on the other side of the road is maybe the original channel. When they built this point, they filled all this in when they built the dam. Looks like a swimming beach. Big parking area. I don't know if it says no camping. No lifeguard for emergency use only. They're not open yet. There's some life jackets. Picnic area. Looks like a new toilet. Be a nice bicycle ride. Play set. Covered picnics. Big bumps in the road. Boat launch. Here's your boat launch. That's on the current side. This is just a lake now. Over here. This lake is several feet higher than the river. There's fishing. Here's some cottages. Gavins Port cottages. Chief White Crane Recreation Area. Campsite reservations. This is, again, Corps of Engineers. So if you have the America Beautiful Pass, you get, it'd probably be about $10. Because I paid $20 and then I had the pass, so I paid $10 over at Cottonwood. And it looks like there's some openings here. Today is a Thursday. People come in on the 26th. Looks like there's a lot of people coming in on the 26th. Reservations. Today's the 22nd, I believe. So, and these all have electric. So this would be a good place to camp if you were a member of an RV club like me, and we look for places to camp that we could, you know, plug in cheap and everything. This is a great place. Looks like right here on the Lewis and Clark Lake. Now above the dam is the big lake. That's the big Lewis and Clark Dam, but we can't get up there. So that was one loop. There's at least 51 campsites. I think there's plenty. People having a fire over yonder. Looks like a shower house. You have these cabins. Somebody just parked there in a camper van back there. See in the mirror. And it looks like they're not having to pay. One for sale. Looks like a nice one. I've been looking for one of those small ones with a slide. It says do not enter. Sunset Trail, super light. Looks like about a 16-footer with one axle and a slide. And it looks like it's just a dinette slide. It is maybe 8 feet wide, I think. I'm happy with what I got. I'm also very happy that I put in my backup camera. I can see where I'm going backwards. One way. There's the dump station. And the hydrants are painted red. One side of the river is South Dakota, one side is Nebraska. Some more of those cabins. Looks like there's another shower house. Empty. See the huge cottonwood trees? There's some big ones through here. And these trees, some of them are old enough that they would have been here when the expedition was through in 1804. They would have been little ones, but this being 2025, 220 years ago. And they give good shade for the campground. Looks like to get out of here we have to go all the way back around the point. So that work they were doing on the dam over there was sandblasting. That's why it was so loud. They were sandblasting the underneath, getting all the rust scale off, and then they're going to repaint the underside of that roadway that goes over the bridge. Another view of the dam, the hydroelectric part over there. Now this is the Pearson Ranch campground. Now they all look about the same. Pearson Ranch area. We're not going to go through there. Here's some of the bike trail. Cottonwood, there's a frisbee golf, disc golf course through here. If you look at recreation.gov, you see what's open and what's not. It's just May, and the weekends are pretty well booked up, and the weekdays are still pretty well available. There's another dump station here, and it's not manned, so it'd be free dump. We're going to go on into Yankton. It's 3 or 4 miles. Along the way, we'll see a lot of RVs and boats. This area is laden with RVs and boats. Here's kart tracks, family fun park. Looks like you can drive RV or go-karts, swimming pool, some agriculture land, motorcycle dealer. Looks like they've got Kawasaki, so the jet skis and the mules and all that, side by sides. Nice. Here's a meat store, Lewis and Clark Meat Lodge. I should pick up something for the campfire tonight. I'm thawing out a thing of lasagna that my niece packed for me. She made a big batch of lasagna when I was visiting her in Elgin, Illinois. And then she froze it. And very sweet. I have such a sweet niece that I just love. She's a great girl. And then her special. Lily, if you get to watch this in the future, I loved you, baby. They're hauling a house up on stilts. Big RV park here. Huge RV park. I don't know what it is. One of these organizations has it. I don't know. Here's the bluff. We got to go up. I'm going to put up the camera. Here's Yankton. It says the population is 14,454. Yankton seems like there's a lot of medical stuff here. A couple hospitals and a big medical clinic here. Big medical district here for a town its size. Mount Marty Sacred Heart Monastery. So I guess one of the nicknames for Yankton is Bridge City, because this is where there's a bridge across the river. Big business district down that way. So we'll just go across the bridge. We're to downtown Norfolk, Nebraska, 50 some miles. Missouri Natural Recreation Area. There's the Missouri River, state line. We're in Nebraska now. This is the bridge, the railroad bridge. This is Nebraska. And this is all river bottom, but because of the dam, it won't ever flood down here. More camping off to the left. There's not really a town here on this side. There's some stuff. We're going to turn around. It's called South Yankton. Groceries, permits, ice beer. Gas is about a dime more expensive in Nebraska, it looks like. Diesel's about the same. We're going back over. Here's the bridge again. Missouri National Recreational River. There's that monastery, if you can see it in the distance. Taller than anything else. So we're back, heading north again. Some of the houses in Yankton, South Dakota. 81 north. Casey's in South Dakota. Taco John's, Domino's, Pizza Ranch. Love the Pizza Ranch. Gotta shop their specials because it's expensive. Ate there the other day. It was $17.50 for one person at night. That was in Vermillion, South Dakota. Pretty good food. Fried chicken, pizza, something for everybody. Kids love it. And then here it looks like everything's taken over. All the franchises. Subway. There's a Mexican restaurant. So pretty good sized town for 15,000. There's another Casey's. Golden Arches, Perkins, Yankton, South Dakota. I think I see a Menards way out on the end of town. We'll go out there. Getting more industrial stuff, Tractor Supply, Les Schwab Tires, Walmart, of course. Menards used to be my favorite store, but now, not so much. They make you mail in a rebate coupon for 11%. Big Walmart. So you mail in the rebate coupon, and then they send you back an 11% rebate, good for store merchandise. So it perpetuates itself. And I don't know what their redemption rate is on their coupon, on their rebate, but I imagine it's not very high. So if you had a big project, building an addition or a garage or a couple $1,000s worth of flooring or something like that, it would be worth it to follow through, and then you'd get your $200 rebate coupon back, and then you could take it in and buy something with it, and then you get a rebate coupon back on that, so then it perpetuates itself. So nice Menards here though. Culver's, I don't know what Runza looks like. It's a Legendary Burgers, onion rings, Runza sandwiches, never heard of it. It's not the hugest parking lot for a Menards. I don't need anything, so. Now Menards, the original Menards is in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And when I was in 6th grade, I lived in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I don't remember a Menards store, but that's where they're from. Save big money at Menards. Not. They do have some good deals. But I don't want to have to deal with the rebate coupon every time. I bought some things there, and I just never ever bothered mailing in the rebate coupon. This Yankton, South Dakota has become. It is one of the commercial hotspots in South Dakota. I see an Arby's. Well, we're at Gavins Point Fish Hatchery. United States government. In Yankton, South Dakota. Let's find out about it. is the aquarium. There's a creek chub. Creek chub right there. Shiners. The little guy's a shiner. They don't have a snapping turtle in there. These look like walleye to me. Yep. Walleye. Fish of South Dakota. And then yellow perch have stripes. They're hiding in the dark. This is a sought after sportsman's fish, the walleye. Here's the perch. Very good tasting fish. Similar to walleye in flavor. Some people like it better. Back there looks like a rock bass. A gar. Long nose. That's a short nose. And a long nose. Both gars. Back there. Look at that guy. Okay, there's a flathead catfish over there hiding. Largemouth bass. There. He's hiding too. Very nice aquarium here, and huge parking lot, but not very many people here. Got it all to ourselves. Channel cat. There's, what's the big guy there? Sunfish. There's a red ear sunfish right there. Bluegill, sunfish. Guess I'll call him a bluegill. Green sunfish, I'm not sure. It must be that one, that little one. Smallmouth. Maybe the most common fish you'll find when you're fishing. Crayfish, they like to eat. This guy, I can't see because of the glare, but that doesn't look like a bass to me. Bass have stripes. Oh, look back, there's a turtle. White snapping turtle. Leucism. It's a new word for me, leucism. Leucistic animals have unusually low levels of dark pigment. Exists in mammals, reptiles, fish, etc. Unlike albinos, leucistics will have dark eyes. She's been here 20 plus years, and who knows how long this has been written. So they've done a good job here. This is a really nice facility. Sharp teeth. Of course, many people don't know, but the Dakotas, including all the way up, it was once a underwater seaway, interior seaway. And so you can hunt fossils in South Dakota. Out in the Badlands, they found lots of fossils. Little shark teeth. These are reptile teeth, mosasaur. Here's the invasive carp, the flying fish. Look where their eyes are. They're just an ugly looking fish. Look at the eyes. Invasive big head carp, 81 pounds. Archery equipment. Shoot them with bows. Mussels, they're invasive. See, this is one on a prop of a boat. You can barely see the prop. This came right out of Lewis and Clark Lake. It's invaded. The zebra mussel. "22 different species." So these are like bait fish. And that's how they get in the water. Here's a sturgeon. Lake sturgeon, they get much bigger. These have been hatched here probably. So they call this a black crappie. And there's also a white crappie, but we don't have one. Hello. Chilling out. This must be his food. Common snapper. Some more leucistics. Albinos have dark eyes. All albinos have light eyes. Leucistics have dark eyes. There's another turtle. Must be a largemouth bass. He likes having his picture taken. Look at that. No idea what that thing is. There's another one. Grass carp. Supposed to be an eel in here. I don't see it. Oh, there he is down there. My allergies. Sniffles. A rainbow trout. Now, also on this property is a, what's the white? Blue trout. Rare genetic mutation. Okay. Razorback suckers. Look at them, they eat the algae off the bottom. That's what they eat, they're grazers. There's a couple. I don't know if they're replicas. Pallid sturgeon. Blue catfish. Look how big that guy is. Apex predator of the Missouri. 101 pound state record. Gavins not too far from here. Tell us about the aquarium. So let's go look at the hatchery. Right off the highway. Well, I bought a bag of fish food and I gave it to those kids. And they're gonna come and feed the fish when they get there. Oh, there's a beautiful rig. Okay. They are on-site camp hosts. So one takes care, they take care of the fish hatchery. They curate it and take care of it. There's a little nature walk between the aquarium and the hatchery. The hatchery's back here a couple hundred yards. And here's the garden. So the gal that takes care of the hatchery, or the aquarium, also takes care of this. It's a little herb garden, it looks like. Flowers. That's flowers. And herbs. Good place for kids. Okay, a little background here at the hatchery. This is one of 70 federal fish hatcheries managed by the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. It opened in 1861. It's been producing millions of fish annually ever since. It was selected because of nearby river, lake, and reservoir stocking opportunities. These days, restoring threatened and endangered species plays a big role. So they'll stock walleye this month in June. This is May right now. If you're interested in the hours, 7 to 3, Monday through Friday. And then through the summer, they're open 7 days a week, 7 to 3. Aquarium, same. Except the aquarium opens at 10. Hatchery visitors. This on. How do you know which eggs are bad and which eggs are good?
I see on the top where they kind of start to stick together. There's so that's fungus on them that looks like they're really fuzzy looking stuff. So that's some bad eggs. And if you don't get that out of there, it'll start contaminating everything.
They're bubbling, so that means they're being aerated?
Yep, so there's fresh water going in there.
Fresh water. Oxygenated water.
Yep, so you got to keep them moving, otherwise the eggs will just die.
And this water comes from the ground?
Yeah, this is all well water.
Well water? So these, what kind of eggs are these?
Cattlefish.
Cattlefish?
Yep.
I don't get it. What's a cattlefish?
No, paddlefish.
Paddle.
Yeah.
Paddlefish.
Like in that first tank there, that's the paddlefish.
Okay, these have got these long bills. See, there's a white one. So that's mutated. See the long bill on it? It's a paddlefish. Paddlefish eggs we just saw. Trout eggs would be orange. There aren't any here now. And walleye eggs are yellow. That'd make a good smoothie. Here's your walleye fry. Can't see him really. What's in here?
Rainbow trout.
These are little baby trout.
Yep.
There's thousands of them. I don't know if you can see them. Probably millions. They're small. These are all trout. These are all trout now, huh? They're all trout?
Yep, all rainbow trout. Yep. We use these to feed some of our fish around here, some of our sturgeon and some of the fish up in the aquarium.
Oh, you grow them to feed, and then some of them will grow up to be adults?
Very few, but yeah, most of these we use just for feeding to the facility.
Okay, these are just...
You know, we have fish that are here year round, and it's just a better diet for them than just having fake food their whole life, you know. It's like the ones in the aquarium and whatnot.
a hatchery. I think these are just facility buildings. I feel sorry for that bicycle. There's a lot of big trout in there. See them? They're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big bike.
Yeah, it's nice.
I bought one of the electrics when they first came out. Electric bike, fold-up type.
That's what my wife has, is one like that. I enjoy this one, and it's not we can go off-road.
So there are some big trout in there. 18 inches is about the biggest I've seen. I don't know. I'm sure they get released, yeah. Or maybe they could sell them to restaurants even, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Cannery, come pick them up. So there's big pools, ponds out here. Maybe we can go see. Deep water area. I'm sure there's fish in there, but I don't see them. A lot of weeds. I don't see any action on top of the water, so I think these are empty. See anything coming up to get bugs off the water? I just saw a little action. Maybe one's still living in there. Don't think it gets cold enough here to freeze these completely out in the winter. You know, it would have to get pretty darn cold. I haven't seen any evidence of any fish in these. There are some birds over here. This one's lined with rubber. I haven't seen a single fish jump. Something's keeping these birds over here. So here are birds. It looks like they're just looking for insects. They're not getting fish. Mosquito larvae maybe? Just barely touched the water. It seems like it would take more energy to collect a mosquito larvae than it would flap your wings that much. I don't see any fish, evidence of fish out here. There's nobody here to give a tour. I asked the fella for a tour, and he said we don't really do that. You learn everything you need to learn about 5 minutes inside the hatchery, like we just saw. So, no tour. Okay, it's going to wrap it up, and that's going to wrap it for this video. We did a little bit of tour around Yankton. We didn't get to see the monastery, but thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like if you haven't, subscribe if you don't, and share it if you would.